friends, family, and fellow members of my coop. Welcome to another edition of Petey's Play Now pre-show. I'm your host, Petey. If you're new here, you might be wondering why a pigeon skeleton is on your screen. And why the hell was there a countdown to a countdown? Well, to that I say, deal with it. Embrace it. Just like you can embrace these 7 recently launched indie games that might have flown under your radar. I'd like to begin our relationship with some action. Snowy slopes, big knockouts. But, as Billie Eilish once said, birds of a feather, we should stick together. So, let's start the festivities with another mighty little pigeon, shall we? Violent yet tasty. Leftovers are essential before setting off on a grand adventure. Sometimes an adventure is all about self-reflection, coming to terms with your past. But if you ask some of the minds behind Helldivers 2, Battlefield, or World of Warcraft, adventure means horsing around with the occult.
Welcome to Alderwood Island. Now's the best time to join us and experience the wonder we call home. Alderwood has always been horse country. Horses are our pride and joy. It's the perfect season to saddle up, hit the trails, and take in the breathtaking sights. About the shocking death of a local teenager found in the woods last night, the community of Alderwood is still reeling and is desperate for answers. Sheriff Jane Welch has gone on the record to state that it was likely an animal attack. We have reached out to the local park ranger, Kendra Evans, for a comment on this presumed predator, but haven't been able to get a hold of her. However, some locals doubt that to be the case, worrying there might be an actual killer loose on the island, with some even going as far as citing local legends about dark forces prowling the woods.
Aging is partly the wisdom of understanding which memories you should cherish and which ones you should let fade.
Say what you wanna say, I'll be the other guy. Don't engulf in his dreams, let me show you how it's done. Show you how it's done. Praise the madness, that praise it from your heart. And embrace the freedom you don't wanna be. I wanna be. I wanna be. I wanna Thank you for forgiving me for me.
Yes, Muffle's life sentence brings back some fond memories of my time on Rikers Island. Hope you're doing well, Big Jim. Stay strong. One thing I've learned from my past is how to put up a fight. It's a trait I share with the devs behind Framemakers. In fact, I might have even bugged them for an assist reveal trailer.
Begin.
It seems the sun is setting on our time together once again. Remember me as the screen fades to black. The 6-1 Indie Showcase begins with a world premiere. Remember me?
am Adrian, also known as Insert Disc 5, and you have just seen the world premiere of my next game, Truth Scrapper. You may perhaps know me from my earlier game, Time Loop RPG and Stars in Time, but this is not about her. This is about this new project, a visual novel, about magic, about memories, about toxic lesbians. If that sounds interesting to you, you can follow the development along by wishlisting the game on Steam and by signing up for the mailing list. Thank you so much to 61ND for giving me the opportunity to introduce this game to you and for all of their hard work making this showcase possible. Now sit back, relax, wishlist every single game that you see, and enjoy the show.
What's going on, folks? Welcome to the 61 Indie Showcase, the only indie game showcase that will straight up tell you we do not have Silksong, we don't have that Keeley level clout.
But what we do have is a ton of killer indies you probably haven't seen before. We're stoked to kick off the big summer season with a bang. Expect exclusive looks, world premieres, and as you saw in the pre-show, even more games you can play today.
Big thanks to Adrian for kicking off the main show with your first look at Truth Scrapper. Following up on the award-winning Time Loop RPG in Stars in Time, Truth Scrapper is a visual novel with distinct branching paths, multiple endings, and toxic lesbians. Don't worry, Kyle, I'm told they're super nice.
The only thing I worry about is people not wishlisting games. Once the show wraps up today, you'll be able to dig into the 61 Indie Showcase Steam event to support all the games you're about to see. We've also expanded the Steam event to include a bunch of additional indies on our radar. So be sure to check out demos, grab some discounts, and again, wishlist.
We've also teamed up with Game On to end lupus. So later on in the show, we'll hear from the wonderful Coco Confession on how you can support a cause that's personally pretty close to my heart. All right, I think we covered everything. More games?
More games. Let's dive into some lush action with a killer JRPG and one of the most stunning dungeon crawlers you'll ever see.
Much love to the New York City locals, Pariah Interactive. We played an early build of 1,000 Deaths eons ago at Play NYC. Great to have them on the show.
Eons is a good word, Mike.
It's a good word.
1,000 Deaths is actually something Mike experienced when our next game landed on our desk.
Hello, this is my 100th time recording this. I am Osto from New Future Kids, and I'm working on Bobo Bay, a pet simulation game where you collect, mash, accessorize, and train little creatures to compete in races and other competitions. So here's a new look at the game. Please wish us on Steam and join the Discord.
You're so cute.
We're so back.
Happy for you, friend.
I'm not sure if it's the legally distinct chows or God finally calling my number, but my heart rate is jacked. How about we mellow out a little bit with some serene vibes? Fishing, a blossoming platformer, but first, a returning developer who was part of our very first showcase back in 2022.
Whoa, Bunny Bear!
So, what are you doing?
We're practicing a new song. Wanna play? Bunny, it's frog time! Hi, Bunny! Do you want to buy some booster eggs? It's been a tough year, no?
Yeah.
Chin up, I got you something.
A big slice of Gouda cheese. My favorite.
No, what?
No matter what I do, I won't stay in my room. I'll have a change of drapes. I'll have a change of grapes. I'll have a change of.
Oh no, it's Rick's pack.
Change of.
What?
Rick's pack. Look at my six pack. Rick's pack. No, look at my six pack.
What's up, gamers? I'm Buddy from Akupara Games, and today I'm joined by my friend Monik, who's going to tell us all about the Future Vibe Check demo.
Dropping today.
Amazing.
Well, thank you, Buddy, and thank you to the 6-1 team for having me. Name's Unwise. I'm the creator of Future Vibe Check. Future Vibe Check is an automation game where you make music. And it's something that I spent the past 2 years pouring my heart into that I feel like if I had as a kid, it would be amazing and so joyful. It combines my love for music, automation, crafting, weird Eastern philosophy. So if you like any of those things, I mean, who doesn't like music, Buddy?
I love music, famously. I also love weird esoteric, like Alan Watts videos.
Alan Watts, Ram Dass, Christian Murphy. Any of these guys, if you know their names, you're gonna love this. If you like Factorio, Satisfactory, you're gonna love this. And even if you have an inkling of interest in music or making music, but never found the will to learn it, in Future Vibe Check, everything is handled for you. You're gonna make beautiful music. So check out the demo today, launching today, and also, whoever makes the sickest beat in the demo is going to get a DJ Otter plushie, which we're really excited about. We're gonna be running weekly contests for folks. It's gonna be a blast.
How we're gonna do that, I don't know. You don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, but I'm making the promise here today. Thank you so much to the 6-1 Indie crew, and take it away, me.
Well, hello again. For the folks at home, I'm Buddy, and I'm here to show off a little Future Vibe Check, a musical automation game, and in this video, I'm going to break down what exactly that means. All right, so we've all played automation games. You build the thing that builds the thing. Put in some stone, get out some bricks, that's the automation. What Future Vibe Check does is make the thing you build make music. See this? That's a signal emitter, which is powered by the beat maker. The white light is the signal, and as the signal hits the blocks, it makes the beat that you're hearing. Now, the signal is tied to the instrument. This beat is just a kick drum, like you'd hear in any rock song, but what happens when we add the guitar on top? We took a rhythm, and we gave it a melody. And like any other automation game, it gets pretty complicated from here on out, till the song sounds more like this. Because this, gamers, this is what we call the vibe. If you want to mine resources, you have to have a vibe. If you want to progress, you need to refine the vibe. And if you want to sit back and relax and listen to all the music you've made, well, that's what we're here for too. You can demo Future Vibe Check for yourself right now on Steam. Thanks for tuning in, gamers. Thank you as well to Mike and Kyle for letting me and Monik come chill with you guys. Catch you in the next one.
That's the Crit Master Sugar Daddy. Wild. Thank you, Buddy and Monik, for coming through and just bringing the vibes.
We're rocking and rolling straight into even more musical bangers, starting off with a rhythm-based RPG.
Hi, I'm Felix, creative director at Flat Ponies. I hope you enjoyed our sneak peek of Scratch the Cat. I want to show you a bit about the office and come meet the rest of the team.
I really like that we're making a game that's about the gameplay first and foremost. It's a game with a lot of character, a lot of charm that breaks it from the pack.
Also try and take musical elements into account for the level design and challenges, some that are tied to the beat.
We're committed to showing all the different aspects of music in the flora and the fauna, the architecture, and that helps build this world.
It's really fun to animate a bunch of different characters in a cartoony or expressive kind of way.
I hope that people have a good time with the player controller. A lot of effort has been put into making it feel good, feel smooth. There's thousands of lines of code going into it, so I hope that people really appreciate that and have a good time.
Caps and record collecting. I can't believe Flat Ponies made a game specifically for you.
You'll love to see it. Actually, while we're still on the subject of records, we do have one more music-related announcement. Ever since we started conceptualizing this showcase way back during lockdown, there was always one games-adjacent item I wanted to announce. It may have taken a few years, but man, here we are, and it was well worth the wait.
Love your mother and trust in her teachings. Do your your duties and carry out your function for a future far from sin or incineration. We're all just flowers in a garden of her making. Soon we'll grow beautiful enough to be worth taking. The All-Mother, she shines so bright.
Heck you, Grace.
Thanks to our friends at Sunset Visitor and Very OK Vinyl for allowing us to take a bit of a side quest. I can't wait to get my hands on that pressing.
We're actually pretty familiar with all kinds of quests. Whether we're out here fighting demons on the streets, zipping through space in our starfighters, or hitting rock bottom in a struggling economy, it sounds like a quest we'd pick up on a typical Thursday here in New York.
Caravan 66. Wish list now.
خيرا فرسي با آخری میرا نیشکار آهان بهار کنک سنترا کانا توهان بهار واکدا حسن نام توهان حشرات من کداس شازان میرا انتقام پر توهان
Jory Stoltz here, audio engineer and voice actor for The Classified X. We're so excited to share our new trailer for Glitch Spanker, a comedic, narrative-driven exploration game. Glitch Spanker is about a 12-year-old boy in the 90s who tries to borrow his mom's secret game, Big Booty Slappers 6. Unfortunately, a sentient virus named Spunk has infected and broken the game, and now you have to use the Glitch Spanker antivirus to find and spank him.
Oh my god, you're so boring!
Hello?
It's me, Spunk the Virus. I think I can do this way better.
Go on then.
But there's more to Spunk than just being a virus. Of course you can try to kill him, but you can also be his friend. Underneath it all, you may find a deeper, darker mystery.
We hope you enjoy the new trailer for Glitch Spanker.
And don't forget to spank that wish list.
Enjoy.
Hey, we love you.
Kill the human.
Now introducing the Spank Stick. Got a nasty computer virus? Eating the code of your favorite game? Well, that's no worry at all with the Glitch Spanker Antivirus Spank Stick. Get rid of it with a simple swat of a stick.
What in the
Virus being a bit stubborn, a bit crafty, Glitch Spanker has the solution. Glitch Spanker, just spank it.
Whoa now, you don't have to kill me over eating your booty slapping game. Just give me a chance. Here, let's fix this commercial.
Make a new friend. Or several. Do a dance.
Ouch!
Master magic. Slink in sewers. Succumb to the infinite void.
Submit your soul.
Let me just, there's too many channels, too many options. I'll be here forever. I can't get away.
With Glitch Spanker, you can contain and torture any glitch. Be his friend or foe. Every choice is up to you. Glitch Spanker is not responsible for any damage done to your games, your health, or the loss of your mortal human soul. Deviation from the path of the game may result in the death of you, your family, and possibly the entire human world. Any eldritch abomination found inside the antivirus will void any refund claims. Please spank responsibly.
Glitch Spanker is a 6-win indie ass game. Do we have any more weird shit to show? Yeah, that works.
Is it rolling? All right. You lent your charger, but you never got it back. Your dog dropped a turd on the rug. Ghosted after they said, let's catch up soon. Suggestion, no more excuses. It's time for real justice.
Cut! That's the one!
Oh, those lunch burritos were a mistake.
Walking around, you're picking up your own stuff and you're making a mess of your own house.
Clearly, you got no respect for this property, which is cool AF.
Oh, jeez! Gimme!
I hate to admit it, but what you're serving up looks real tasty.
Eat more trash. Prove that you can hang out with us.
The
Grandma has made the decision to enter her neighbor's mouth. If the grandma doesn't achieve her goal, I don't know what I'll do.
That'll work. Woo! Paint the town proud, G-Ma.
There's nothing more beautiful than the love between 8 walls and a handful of windows. Hey everybody, I'm Coco Confession. I'm a Twitch partner, variety content creator, musician, and an advocate for invisible illnesses and disabilities. While we take a brief breather from all these incredible indies, I'd love to tell you a little bit about Game On to End Lupus. May is Lupus Awareness Month, and it's the best time to educate and bring awareness around this terrible disease. Lupus is an autoimmune disease, which means that your immune system, the body system that usually fights infections, attacks healthy tissue instead. The Lupus Foundation of America's mission is to improve the quality of life for all people affected by lupus through programs of research, education, support, and advocacy. Back in 2020, with the direct partnership of the Lupus Foundation of America, a handful of Twitch streamers banded together to create Game On to End Lupus, which is the largest collaborative fundraiser on Twitch for lupus research and support programs. We are now in our 6th year, have over 150 participants, and are on our way to hitting our milestone of $1 million raised through this event. Even though we are already deep in May, there's still time to join us. If you're a streamer or an artist, crafter, musician, or just want to fundraise within your community, head over to lupus.org and join us to help make lupus visible. Thank you for helping us Game On to End Lupus. Now from the legendary Japanese duo of Swery and Suda51, let's check out our stay at Hotel Barcelona.
Let the game begin.
Could I
How painfully human.
taste the chains of despair? I'll burn you to the bone!
Have you ever been in a situation where you need to do something simple, but somehow you just can't? Welcome to Your Brain, where your thoughts and personality traits fight for control like a group project gone wrong. So, I guess you'll just keep staring at the suitcase for now. But what about other situations? Oh, right. You want to talk, but what if she hates you forever? Great news! Your brain has decided to save you from embarrassment by doing absolutely nothing. Yep, everyone's got their own personality, which means that this guy literally can't shut up. But here's the kicker. If you understand why you do things, maybe you can actually change. Rue Valley isn't just about making choices, it's about figuring out why you make them, and maybe even rewriting your own code. Growth! You did it! Now you only need to...
Now, similar to our vinyl reveal, we have another reveal that's not technically a video game. Here's BLE Studios with a world premiere.
We need to send them back. Now.
Why would I do that when we have the chance to truly analyze their potential?
Potential for what? What are you planning?
My name is Asa, and you just watched the world premiere trailer from my game, Battle Versus. It takes all the preconceived notions on what a tabletop game can be, it polishes them up real nice, flips them upside down, and stomps them into oblivion. Blending faction-based, strategic multiplayer action, Battle Versus drops players into a bombastically dark tournament of power and poise. This was a tabletop experience that was built using video game design principles. Utilizing a simple D6 system, the Battleverse rule set is open to varying playstyles, making it easy for players to take control of one of the 4 carefully crafted factions. So whether you're unleashing an unforgiving zombie horde or summoning the Kraken from the depths, make sure that when the dust settles, you are the last one standing. To stay in the know, follow me on various social platforms, but more importantly, follow Battle Versus on Kickstarter. And if you want to be one of the first to get your hands on the game, consider backing it today. Thank you so much.
Let's do some hypotheticals, Mike. Do you think you could spend an entire day as a giraffe without speaking to anyone at all?
Tough, but I got the height already. Can you imagine anything worse than being stuck in a time loop, reliving the same day over and over again?
Or what if you're trapped in a web of locked rooms by a maniacal game master?
So a typical day in the good old US of A.
everyone, my name is Rodion, I'm a producer and level artist, and light artist, and cinematic artist at Cyberhead Games. And today we present you the game One Way Home. One Way Home is a horror puzzle adventure about a 12-year-old boy who travels through a post-apocalyptic city of nightmares in search of a way home. You will have to choose from several paths, unravel the secret living dragons, and find your one way home. I hope you enjoy our trailer and add the game to your wish list. Enjoy the watching, friends. Thank you.
Mike!
Jesus!
Someone stole my bug collection that I brought to set today.
Is that your roach?
Nah, that doesn't look like Brandy. I feel like we're being catfished. Someone get Jack Pepper on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NBC Express, the only shopping channel with no delays, no refunds, and no paperwork whatsoever. Today we're presenting you with a brand new line of home essentials. Don't wait too long, they're going fast. Feeling the heat? Not anymore. The Cool D's Cold Steam Applier just hit the market. Say goodbye to sticky cheese crumbs. With this portable freezer, your meat and dairy will stay preserved until the end of time. Order now. Buy 2, pay for 3. Hot off the press, a must-have for every modern household. Introducing Clean D's Automatic Turpentine Cleanser. With our Automatic Turpentine Cleanser, you'll wipe, swipe, clean, and shine every inch of your front yard. Order now. Limited stock available. Tired of feeling invisible? Grab yourself a brand new Mind D's Self-Aware Attitude Changer. Without a device at hand, making friends becomes mind-blowingly easy. You don't need to strain your brain. Mind D will do the thinking for you. Don't think. Order before you come to your senses. Wishlist now, and we'll ring your bell when they're ready. Spike D is not responsible for any damage to your own personality or the fragile fabric of reality.
What is that?
Huh. I guess it was nothing.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. It's me, Nick Lives, from Night Signal Entertainment. And our next game that we're working on with Gray Alien Games is called Forbidden Solitaire. It's a dark, FMV-inspired dungeon solitaire game. It's a very scary game, so tell your children to leave the room now before this trailer plays. Now enjoy the trailer for Forbidden Solitaire.
From the creators of Ancient Enemy and Home Safety Hotline,
gathered in protest of a controversial new video game,
comes a state-of-the-art scene.
Another strange death was reported.
A ROM experience.
No reason for it to be this violent. It's f***ing solitaire.
Forbidden Solitaire.
Forbidden Solitaire was gnarly back in the day. Mama Stevenson banned it from our house, so we appreciate Night Signal Entertainment and Gray Alien Games for unearthing it.
Mama Stevenson, a saint.
She sure is.
We always love taking a look at the future of horror. Our spring showcase brings a mind-bending interpretation of a classic 2D platformer, cryptid hunting, and what could be an immersive dive into one of these TVs behind us. But first, a glimpse into the next Stephen King-like adventure from an Indie Game Awards 2024 nominee.
here. I'm your friend. We have been so excited for you to join us. I am Mindy, and this is my awesome world. I love it here, and I know you will love it too. So let us not waste any time. I am waiting for you.
Now it's my turn to play with you.
You ever seen something you couldn't explain? Like there was something lurking in the shadows. Like something was stalking you. Maybe you tried telling someone, but they just laughed it off. My friend, you're not alone.
Hi, my name is Levi Chambers, founder of the Appalachian Investigation Group. And I believe you. I've spent my whole life tracking down these creatures all up and down these mountains. Mothman, Flatwoods Monster, Sheep Squatch, I've seen them all. We investigate the strange and unexplained. And we do it for folks like you.
Just 1, 2. Just 1, 2.
So if you think you've seen something, heard something, or just felt not right, give us a call at 304-574-8909. Because in these mountains, anything is possible.
Hi, my name is Jade Meadows, and I'm the developer behind Blue Ridge Hunting, the game you just saw. Blue Ridge Hunting is a co-op horror game where you and your friends are tasked with investigating and tracking down some of the most infamous cryptids set to haunt the Appalachian Mountains. All of the monsters you come across and levels you explore are based on real-life locations, encounters, and folklore. Make sure to wishlist Blue Ridge Hunting on Steam and join the Discord to keep up to date with development. Links for both can be found on blueridgehunting.com. Thank you.
Our next batch of games takes us back to a bygone era, with throwbacks to our favorite creature collectors and a retro twist on indie classics like VVV.
Was that enough V's? One developer even goes outside the box, bringing that nostalgic SNES clay-style box art to life.
Can you believe Kid Bash Super Legend? That gameplay was wild.
Insane stuff. Speaking of insane, I think we've reached the one more thing moment of the show.
Insane is exactly what Kyle and I said to each other when our final game popped up on our TikTok feeds a couple years back. We promised each other that when it was ready, we'd reach out and ask them to close the show. Well, the stars have aligned and we're making it happen.
Hi, my name is Jing Wing from Team Spino LLC. You may have seen an animation video of a Spinosaurus wielding a Buster Sword before. That was created just to make my portfolio better, but it went viral and people kept asking for a game. So here we are, Dino Blade, a game where you play as a Spinosaurus wielding a great sword, fighting against other dinosaurs that may or may not have weapons. I want to thank everyone so much for motivating me and pushing me this far, and you can wishlist this game on Steam. Thank you, and catch you guys later.
We are but simple men who love big dinosaurs with big swords.
Dino Blade was a bucket list game for us. So huge thanks to Team Spino for wrapping it up in the most metal way possible. Perfect way to call it a wrap. Now it's time to get sappy, Mike.
As always, Visioncraft Productions, despite our best efforts to sabotage ourselves, you always make us look way more professional than we deserve. Thank you. And our marketing family at Vicarious PR, thank you for helping us support these incredible developers. So many indies are working with limited resources and bandwidth, just looking for a chance. We're so grateful we could offer them that chance without asking for a penny in return. Having partners who share the same goals and values means the world to us. And speaking of which, to all the developers and publishers involved today, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for trusting us with your babies.
Whether this is your first time with us, you're co-streaming the event, or you're part of the 6-1 Indie community, your passion and enthusiasm for the indie scene keeps us going through the long days and late nights. Thank you. We can't wait to hear your reactions and thoughts. And while it's just me, Mike, and Petey on camera today, the full 6-1 crew is what turns this showcase into something larger than life every single time. Once again, for everyone watching, don't forget to visit 61indie.com/showcase. There you'll find the full list of games shown today, along with hands-on previews and interviews from our editorial team and a post-show podcast. You'll also find the link to the 6-1 Indie Showcase Steam event. Please wishlist, play demos, and add some new games to your library.
Beyond wishlisting, demoing, and picking up games, if you can, we have one more request. There are real human beings behind the games that you saw today. Some of the kindest, most dedicated individuals you'll ever meet. Making a game is nothing short of a miracle, especially in an era of layoffs, studio closures, and corporate consolidation. It takes blood, sweat, and tears to create something magical, so please show them your love, gratitude, and respect. And while you're at it, extend that love beyond games. Uplift, support, and stand alongside our queer, trans, non-binary, and BIPOC friends and family. Whether it's a few folks living in a big white house or a random name on the internet, reject hate, and drown it out with love. We may not all vibe with the same games, and Dan, you might only still be here hoping I lied about Silksong earlier, but regardless, we're all in this together.
The 6-1 Indie Showcase returns in September, and the Indie Game Awards are back for its second ceremony in December. The reception for the first ceremony was beyond words, and we're beyond excited to put all our resources and full production support into round 2. We'll share more details soon, so keep an eye on our site and socials to be in the know. But you won't have to wait too long for even more indie hype. This June, many of our Showcase friends are celebrating the summer season with a fresh suite of indie games that deserve all of the love and attention. Be sure to join us in chat and tune in. Until then, we love you, stay safe, and support your local indie devs.
Big step up, underground methods. Guidelines, rules, get the most, not the lizard. Straight terror, product of your errors. Pushing control, baby, got that product of the measure. Rolling through the city with the big dogs. The laws, loyal with me, we.
Reach your impossible with the AI-powered Legion Pro 7i, Lenovo Legion.
Creation, elevation, bending space and time. A whole new reality.
busy, the ploughing plunkard. Break me pearlies on this blasted pit-ridden tract. Where's Virna, dry road? Oi, the devil's out there! Just running from! The brother killed us.
Salt. Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the State of Unreal at Unreal Fest Orlando. We're here to show you what's next with Unreal Engine and so much more. We are thrilled that you're able to join us. Thank you. But first things first, I'm here with Sebastian and Kaitek from CD Projekt Red. We have a lot to talk about. Hey, guys.
Hey. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Wyatt, and hello, everyone. With The Witcher 4, we're stepping things up. And to do that, we needed the right partner. One that truly understands that great open-world games are all about art and technology coming together.
Yeah, and look, our goals are completely aligned here. And around the launch of UE5, your awesome team at CD Projekt Red announced a collaboration to make open-world development in Unreal even better. And it's an opportunity, we just couldn't pass it up. So we've been working on a technical demo together to achieve just that. I think we should take a look at it. You guys ready?
Born ready. Kaitek is going to play the build for us.
Sure, let's do it.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing. So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game. Right now, Ciri is investigating a monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village. All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt had Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded. And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
So let's leave Siri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage. And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Siri. Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
And the missus?
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
Bugger. Not her again.
Not even at the land Exeter Fair! Now, 9 gazes while I present him with a fish. For the furry rascal will often wink, and a fair's weight grants good fortune. For this meat, Pardon.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is. Character actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together. Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Last of it, is it? Ready to aim.
round ones jingling the purse.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, Witcheress. What news of my wagons? No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The Manticore, that flattened your cars and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton, not here.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Rugged me ladies after one of them.
Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest? Into seeing something more. Got mackerel cod, all Braxton's finest.
And there is tons of tech to play here, even in this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdres. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus. But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we are making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri? We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at Lanexeter.
Onward, Kelby. With what?
Thanks, guys. Seriously, it looks amazing. And we've also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So here's Julien to tell you even more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, great to be here in Orlando. I spent a lot of time on this demo, so I'm happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was just the perfect content to focus on our main goal for the release, which was performance. We want the engine to scale to large and rich worlds, we want to preserve graphics quality, and of course, we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. So let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all remember, when we released Nanite with UE5, it supported static geometry. Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees. just like we do for everything else. However, this is a crazy amount of fine geometry. So we had to rethink how trees are created and displayed. To create them, we developed nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the spruces from the forest. They are instanced thousands of times and used like building blocks to assemble trees in different ways. And as you probably noticed with the wind effect, they even support skeletal animation, which runs on the GPU. Thanks to assembly, we greatly reduce the storage, the runtime memory, and the rendering cost. Then, to display an entire forest, the challenge was to preserve fidelity and performance from any distance. Let's check up close the level of detail we're talking about here. Lots of details. But this triangle representation is not the most efficient when far away, due to the amount of overlapping. And that's why we made an adaptive voxel representation. But in reality, you'll never see those voxels this close, since when we move the camera back, they're barely a pixel. Nanite foliage is almost done. We are moving it to the main line as we speak, and it will be available for everyone in 5.7. Another thing I would like to share is that ray tracing and Lumen now run more than twice as fast, with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released. And because of that, we can now hit 60 FPS on consoles. And finally, we rewrote the rendering pipeline to run asynchronously so you can increase the richness of your scenes even more. Now let's talk about chaos physics. For chaos cloth, we improve our cloth-to-cloth constraint solution. This removes a lot of collision evaluation when garments are piling up and interacting with each other. Even for complex setup like Series Cape, we hit a sub-millisecond budget on PS5. With Chaos Flash, we introduce procedural muscle activations to make deformation and motion more natural. Your artist will still have control over tetrahedral simulation and train ML models that run fast in real time. We now support the baking of fluid surface data into lightweight assets to be played back at low cost. This is going to give you high-fidelity water without the performance cost of real-time fluid simulation. For animation, we work on both performance and fidelity. Here, you can see how Siri and Kelpie match up in their interaction. Well, that works no matter the angle of approach. That's our modes character motion matching solution. We also added motion matching in Sequencer to build stitch tracks. With them, you can seamlessly transition from gameplay to cinematic. Also, we now have a secondary layer of animation driven by physics in Control Rig. We used it in Kelpie's rig to drive the mane, the tail, and the saddlebacks. And now, I'm happy to announce that all these features are already integrated into our new Unreal Animation framework, which we are releasing as experimental in 5.6. We built it with performance first in mind. Animation evaluation are now running in parallel off the game thread, which was our bottleneck. And for the other character systems that are just as costly, like movement, avoidance, state tree behaviors, we also move them to worker threads. This is really going to help you create scenes that are crowded and lively. Streaming has always been a big deal regarding performance. And the three biggest improvements we made are physics state creation, which now runs async, improve runtime PCG for ground scatter on GPU, and a new FastGeo plugin to stream static geometry. And just to take a different example, in City Sample, the streaming time was cut down by 90% while moving at high speed. We focus on a lot of areas for performance in 5.6, and mobile is no exception. We work on better defaults and scalability settings for mobile and minimize the default package size. We also improve our workflows with a UI refactor of the viewport toolbar and content browser, an on-device iteration workflow, and a mobile preview solution. So there you go. Unreal Engine 5.6 is all about performance, and it's available today. Please go enjoy the tech talks and session we have for you guys and come chat with us. And now, please welcome Chris from the MetaHuman team. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Julian. Metahumans may only be a few years old, but we are seeing them everywhere, powering everything from games and AI agents to film, television, cultural heritage, and more. What you've seen so far is just the beginning. The creativity and innovation coming from the community continues to inspire us. It reminds us why we build these tools in the first place, to make it easier for everyone to tell stories that matter. Now we're entering the next chapter, expanding how you create and animate metahumans with flexible workflows that help you move faster and work smarter. To walk us through some of the biggest features in this release, please welcome filmmaker and virtual production pioneer, Matt Workman.
Thanks, Chris. For those that don't know me, I'm a cinematographer and Unreal Engine developer. I worked on Epic's first in-camera VFX demo, the one with the motorcycle surrounded by LED walls. It was pretty cool. I'm also the creator of Cinetracer, a previous tool used by filmmakers worldwide. I've been using metahumans in my work since the alpha, and recently I've gotten some hands-on time with some of the new features coming in Unreal Engine 5.6. MetaHuman Creator is a fast and intuitive web-based application used for creating digital characters. And now, with the 5.6 release, all of that power is available directly in the editor. That's right, MetaHuman Creator is now fully integrated into Unreal Engine. I think it's pretty cool, too. You can create and work with metahumans directly in your project, keeping everything connected and in context. And with the new character assemblies, metahumans are built locally, making it even easier to integrate them directly into your pipeline.
MetaHuman Creator is one of Unreal's first cloud-enhanced tools. It means you work locally, but for heavy lifting, tasks like generating high-quality textures or building our complex face and body rigs, we leverage MetaHuman Cloud services, which deliver high-fidelity results without ever leaving the editor. And in 5.6, local assembly reduces the average MetaHuman export time from 15 to 20 minutes down to 2 or 3. The team tackled all this while dramatically expanding the core representation model and significantly improving visual fidelity. Basically, you can make even more diverse characters, they all look better, it's frickin' fast, and it is in Unreal Editor on your local machine.
And while those are all major improvements, we're just starting to scratch the surface here. Metahumans have always had amazing facial customization, and now Epic is bringing that same level of control and realism to the entire body. In UE 5.6, metahumans get a major upgrade with the new parametric body system, letting you blend between different presets or fine-tune proportions using real-world measurements like height, inseam, shoulder width, and even muscle mass. And here's the best part. As the body changes, so does the clothing. The new Unreal Outfit asset automatically adapts garments to the character's body, all in real time, no matter the proportions. As someone who's built these kind of assets before, I can tell you this used to mean manually creating and managing every body variation. The new system does give you the flexibility to create different sizes, and if you do, it will pick the closest match and fit that to the character for you. It makes building a wide array of production-ready characters faster and a whole lot more scalable.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what people do with the new outfit system. And that actually brings us to our next announcement. Starting today, metahumans and their accessories are available on Fab, Epic's one-stop shop for digital assets. This is the new MetaHuman channel on Fab, and there's already some great artists and studios sharing and selling content there. I'm going to shift gears for a minute. Matt, do you remember when we unveiled MetaHuman Animator a couple years ago?
Of course. I consider myself MetaHuman's #1 fan, and I'm also guilty for being eternally online, so of course, I saw that demo, and of course, absolutely loved it.
Some of my industry friends, they thought it was sorcery. We went from capture to final results in a couple minutes, and it made high-quality facial animation accessible to everyone. Well, today, we are taking it to the next level with a focus on real-time animation. We scoured the galaxy to find the best talent to demo these tools, and I think Matt has found just the right character for the job.
Now, I could be wrong, but I think I cooked here. This guy is a true professional, tons of experience, and he's even going to be joining us via live telecast from space, outer space. Let's go ahead and connect. Hey, Blue!
Dude, Matt! This is amazing! I'm making nachos in my nuclear-powered air fryer. Anyway, I was about to munch on this before the keynote. What's up?
What's up is that this is the keynote. We're live streaming to Unreal Fest right now. Dude, you're live.
Oh yeah, look at that. You people in your time zones. Hey, Chatterbox, can you turn it down? Like way, way down. I'm about to do a keynote. Yo, so what's up, Unreal friends? So get this, for the first time ever, you're seeing me live in real time. This isn't pre-recorded, it's not baked. You're seeing everything as it's happening. Woo! And it's all thanks to MetaHuman Animator. Just check out my alter ego, Corey. He's down there on stage with you guys, and as you can see, our movements are mirrored within milliseconds. Even the smallest expressions are beautifully articulated. Yeah. And look, he's not even wearing a helmet or a suit. I'm telling you, the possibilities are getting crazy. Now I can live chat with fans, take my stand-up act on the road, perform Macbeth. Okay, maybe not Macbeth. But the real truth is, the power of live performance is in all the happy accidents. Honestly, most of my best stuff happens when things go, you know, a little sideways.
Nuclear core instability detected.
Case in point, trusting my beautiful nachos to a DIY nuclear-powered air fryer.
Hey, Corey, come on out here. Corey Strasberger, everyone, the genius behind Blue and Xanadu. MetaHuman Animator now delivers high-fidelity facial animation from virtually any 2D video source in real time. Whether you're driving the performance of your favorite character or calling into keynotes from low Earth orbit, the sky is the limit when it comes to breathing life into your characters. And speaking of that, Corey was just driving Blue with a consumer webcam and markerless motion capture from the Captury.
Corey, let me be the first to congratulate you on Blue's VTuber debut right here at Unreal Fest. And by that, I mean that this is the first time we're seeing MetaHuman Blue puppeted live, and he looked incredible on the big screen. And I know we've said this before a couple times, but I still can't believe that that level of facial quality is possible from a tiny consumer webcam. It's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. It is, man. It's all mind-blowing. And for me, doing everything sort of solo, being able to see my performance like instantly is literally at the core of my pipeline. So I've been waiting for this quality for a really long time. And Chris, thanks to an amazing collaboration with the MetaHuman team, Blue is finally pure MetaHuman. And so with all the other crazy stuff that you guys are elevating, I think Xanadu is about to level up in a big way. So thank you guys. You guys rock.
Awesome, man. It's been awesome. I'd like everyone to give a round of applause to Corey and Matt, and thanks for showing everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, guys, for showing all the fantastic features we're going to hone in on this release. All right. We're going to end big with a few updates about MetaHumans and how they fit into the broader creative ecosystem. First up, today we're releasing 2 advanced toolchains to everyone, MetaHuman Expression Editor and Groom Tools. The expression editor lets experienced riggers fine-tune a character's expressions and expression combinations, whether matching scans or creating something completely custom, like a nacho-eating space alien. And our new groom tools simplify one of the hardest parts of character creation, high-fidelity hairstyles, making the process more intuitive, faster, and streamlining export directly to Unreal Engine. We've built these tools for our own teams to solve real production challenges, and now we're opening them up to the entire community. Next, we know you want support from MetaHumans in your favorite content creation tools, so we're working with partners to make sure that DNA and rig logic work wherever you do. And we have saved the biggest announcement for last. We have updated the Unreal Engine license to include MetaHumans. You can use them everywhere, in every engine, in any creative software. Go make amazing characters and help define the future of digital humans. If you're curious to learn more, join our Unreal Fest sessions, swing by our booth, or check out metahuman.com to get hands-on with everything you've just seen, and thank you.
All right, hey guys, what do you think so far? Yes, let's go. We've got a lot more in store for you this morning and over the days ahead. We've got an absolute room full of rock stars here today from different tech demo. Complex rock and tree scans involve data sets that were previously really tough to process. But with 2.0, you'll achieve better mesh accuracy with fewer manual steps. And you'll be able to get your hands on RealityScan 2.0 later this month. We're also seeing more and more developers and art studios using RealityScan to bring Megascans quality content to Fab. Just take a look at this absolutely incredible Paris environment from Scans Factory, which launches today on Fab, featuring over 1,000 assets that are available for use in UE5, UEFN, and even Unity. The Quixel team has also been cooking up an amazing lineup of thousands of new Megascan assets that we'll start releasing on Fab later this month. And this summer, we'll be launching Fab natively in the Epic Games launcher. Our goal with this is to bring you Quixel Bridge functionality that makes it easier for you to access your content and integrate it into your workflows. This will include one-click exports to DCCs, starting with UE5, Blender, Maya, and Cinema 4D. And we'll do more from there. We've also set ourselves up to support batch actions to download and export content. Back in April, we announced that Loci, a leading computer vision and AI company, joined Epic. We're working quickly to bring Loci's technology to Fab, which will improve our tagging accuracy, enable semantic search, and improve our IP moderation capabilities to ensure that our artists' work is protected. All right, we've shown you what's coming from our side. Now it's time to spotlight some of the incredible projects from across industries that are putting Unreal to the test.
Of explosion.
There have been noise complaints.
Our fight is not over.
Awesome. You guys just raised the bar year over year. This year, one of our major goals is to make animating linear content in Engine awesome. We've got a lot of work to do still, but the 5.6 release is packed with new features that have been influenced and battle tested by some of the world's best studios. One of them is here with us today. The Third Floor has an impressive track record of using Unreal to make movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and shows like House of the Dragon. Here to tell you about their next incredible production is co-director of the new Predator movie, Josh Wasson.
In March 2020, I was working with director Dan Trachtenberg on the pitch for Prey when everyone got sent home. We had been dreaming of pushing previs into animation for years and had just finished our UE pipeline for The Mandalorian. Uncertain what would happen to movies in a post-COVID era, now is the time for Third Floor to get serious about finals. So while we're having a blast crafting scenes in UE for Prey, I got to show Dan the cool things we had brewing. And that led to an idea. What if Predator was an animated movie? Fast forward to the industry contraction of 2023, and projects started dropping like flies. But this crazy ambitious film with a crazy ambitious schedule materialized right in the middle of it all. For 20 years, on more than 1,000 projects, the artists at TTF have been on the front lines of visual storytelling in movies, games, and episodics. When Predator came along, they took all of that live-action experience, all of their love for cool stuff and great stories, and poured their hearts into a new kind of animated feature. So Dan and I pitched a film rooted in live action that looks and feels like moving concept art. We developed a handcrafted style from the paint strokes to our stop-motion inspired movement on twos. It was a monumental challenge, but the leap into anim led to significant innovation. Our team built Hummingbird, our real-time lighting and comp tool inside UE. It handled all of our stylization passes in Engine before render. We saved countless render hours and reduced our hard drive usage to 1/50th the space traditionally required. Now, let me tell you about my favorite character in the movie. Ursa has this deep-rooted thirst for revenge. She learns that the man responsible is in this throne room in this huge fortress. So Dan had this idea, what if we did an entire battle in one shot? What if we kept the camera focused on her goal? And what if Ursa fought them all by herself? The best way to speed up any production is to speed up decision-making. So with 4 parallel teams inside Unreal, we got the entire film up on screen in 4 months, allowing us to iterate and hone the story and really make it sing before shifting into final animation, ultimately delivering the film in 18 months. If this movie were live action, we'd be filming at golden hour every day for weeks with a massive crew and several giant vats of blood. In animation, we really wanted to go for it, no holding back. So we choreographed every composition, every strike, every arrow, and blood splatter, like a gigantic dance with 98 parts. Yet we also wanted to feel the camera operator reacting to all the kills as they happen to put you inside this quest for revenge. On behalf of 20th Century Studios, Dan Trachtenberg, and all of us at Third Floor, we hope you enjoy this exclusive clip from Predator, Killer of Killers.
It's the Predator movie we've always wanted, and it's prevised, assembled, lit, rendered, and composited all in Unreal. And it's premiering this Friday on Hulu, so check it out. And congratulations to Josh and the team. There are so many incredible games that we could highlight today. Last year, we celebrated Black Myth Wukong from Game Science, which has now grossed over $1 billion since launch. This year, we're celebrating another example of a small team that's taking the world by storm. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is an absolute masterpiece from Sandfall Interactive. And in an eerie case of numerical serendipity, Expedition 33 sold over 3.3 million units in its first 33 days. It started with an epic mega grant, and it's now a serious contender for Game of the Year. Let's hear from Sandfall's co-founder, Tom Guillermin.
Bonjour and Hellfest, I am Tom Guillermin, co-founder and technical director at Sandfall Interactive, the studio behind Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's an honor to be able to share a few words with you today. When we began the development of Expedition 33 back in 2020, Unreal was starting to open up new possibilities for a smaller team like ours to create games in realistic 3D, with mega scans and later the release of Unreal 5 that came with Lumen, Nanite, and MetaHuman, which all transformed how we create 3D scenes and characters. As a small team, we always did our best to play to the engine's strengths, religiously getting every update to try out the new features and optimizations from Epic. This allowed us to keep our development focused on the element that would have the most impact on the game we were making: the visual identity of our world, the story and the characters, and of course the gameplay, with this blend of turn-based strategy and real-time action. The Unreal Engine has been the key element empowering our small team to create our dream game, and I would like to thank all the people that contributed to the engine, both Epic for the amazing software they have created, but also the community for all the plugins, tutorials, assets, and resources that you can find online to get started. It is this whole ecosystem that allowed the project to grow organically, from my friend Guillaume booting up the Unreal Engine for the first time in 2019, creating a small project named Sandfall, to 6 years later, the release of Expedition 33 with that very same new project file. Even though we are a small studio, we never felt alone during this adventure, as we felt we always had the back of both Epic and the community, and we are extremely grateful for that. We really hope we will keep seeing more and more amazing games and experiences made with Unreal in the upcoming years. And on the behalf of everybody at Sandfall, we wish you a great Unreal Fest, and we're looking forward to meeting you all in the future. Tomorrow comes. Demain viendra. Cheers.
Thanks, Tom. Congrats to you and the team. We're so happy for you guys. Now, this year we're seeing more and more momentum with mobile devs who are capitalizing on the increasing player demand for high-performance and immersive mobile games. One team that's leading the way in UE5 mobile development is Infold Games, whose gorgeous game Infinity Nikki offers a unique blend of fashion and adventure. Please welcome Zhixuan Ding to the stage to tell you more.
Hi, everyone. First, I want to thank our friend at Epic for inviting me here today. As you can probably tell, I'm a little nervous being on stage in English. But I was even more nervous when I first joined Infold Games to create Infinity Nikki, our most ambitious project yet. Let me share our story with you. Our journey began in 2012 with just 4 people. Here are the games released before starting Infinity Nikki in 2021. And we still update all of them today. These were mobile-only games focused on dress-up and interactive story gameplay. We could have stayed comfortably inside space, but we didn't want to. We want to create a life beyond amazing. That means crafting new experience no one has ever imagined. That means pushing far beyond current generation technology to deliver a game that not only looks stunning, but stay emotionally touching for years to come. That means Infinity Nikki, our first Unreal Engine 5 cross-platform game with over 20 million downloads at launch, largely driven by mobile. We began ideating during the pandemic. Infinity Nikki is about finding a peace in a cozy open world, bringing happiness to everyone. Dress up is not just for style, It's a way to interact with the lively world, alone or with friends. From a technology view, our pillars should manage impossible things at once. High-fidelity graphics that supports outfit customization, even in corporate mode, with over 1,000 outfit parts and more than 100 colors per character. A huge map full of fine details for deep beauty, perfect for close-up camera shot. And it must run smoothly on our platform. For all players, big goals. We had never launched a cross-platform game before, but we promised our community, our partner, and Nikki that we will give it our all. Yes, it was crazy. Unreal Engine 5 is about making crazy idea real. We had a debate, even I hesitated. But with Unreal Engine 5, Infinity Nikki's vision come to life. Lumen gave us movie-quality lighting in real time. Open world tools, like Word Partition, help our team of over 1,000 people stay creative and work well together. Unreal Engine 5's new rendering help our team bring amazing visuals to mobile devices. Thanks to Epic support, we made it happen. Now let's take a look at the open world. We want to make a detailed, exciting world for players to explore. Our first map covers 400 square kilometers, with dense vegetation and a dynamic ecosystem. We had to make sure memory and performance were never compromised, especially on mobile. Unreal Engine let us build a cross-platform GPU rendering system. With smart GPU culling and a level of detail control, draw core and triangle stay in budget on all devices. You may wonder why we put so much care into these details. I want to share a fan story that shows what Unreal Engine 5 means for our players, beyond outfits and open world. This is a true story from our fan, Xin Chiao.
My mom and I play Infinity Nikki differently. She reads every item description, smiles when Nikki jumps, and changes into a pretty blue outfit. It does not matter if she finishes the platforming. When I was finally able to take her on a long-distance trip, she spent hours picking dresses and took many photos, even of a small flower by the road. Now I understand. My mom loves every small moment. We play Infinity Nikki in different ways, but we love each other the same.
We hope you enjoyed this story. We hope you find the omen of the world's beauty in Infinity Nikki, the coziest open world game for OV1. Thank you for your time, and have an amazing Unreal Fest.
Thanks, Joshua. Wow, what a beautiful world they've created. All right, there's one more amazing UE5 game that you've got to check out, and it's coming to the Epic Game Store. Please welcome Ken Kim, CEO of Netmarble Monster, to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Excited to be here today. I'd like to first thank Epic Games for this opportunity. It's a great honor to introduce our latest project here at Unreal Fest. Let me introduce Mongil Stardive. Mongil Stardive is the successor to Monster Taming, a game we first launched back in 2013. Known as Mongil in Korea, the game was a huge success, surpassing 10 million downloads just in Korea. With this new title, we aim to expand the world of Mongil by creating a vibrant living world filled with countless characters and monsters. To achieve this, we chose Unreal Engine 5, which allowed us to capture even the most subtle emotional expressions of the characters, making the world of Stardive truly come alive. This was the best choice for delivering a seamless cross-platform experience across PC, console, and mobile. One of our key goals is to provide players a whole new gameplay experience by giving each and every character deep narrative and its own unique control system. That means every time you change characters, it'll feel like you're playing a different game. And this transforms Stardive from a simple action game into a truly immersive adventure. Moreover, the monsters in Stardive are not just enemies. They can be tamed, nurtured, and become your companions along the journey. Depending on their traits, they can also be used to craft weapons or used as ingredients to cook, adding a deeper layer of strategy and connection to the game. Each monster is a living, growing creature, transforming the conventional concept of monster collecting into a meaningful, dynamic relationship. The Epic Game Store, with its global reach and strong community, is the ideal platform to connect with players around the world. And we are happy to announce that Mongil Stardive will be exclusively on the Epic Game Store for PC. Now, I'm excited to show you a brand new trailer from the game. Thank you. 감사합니다. We hope to see you at tomorrow's session. Speaking of our friends at Epic Game Store, let's hear from Steve Allison.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks, Ken. It's exciting to see Netmarble Monster bringing Mongil Stardive to the Epic Game Store exclusively at launch on PC and taking advantage of our Epic First Run program to keep 100% of the first 6 months of net revenue. As you know, our industry is living through significant headwinds right now, and the Epic Game Store offers all developers a toolkit for maximum financial success that starts with our 8812 rev share and just gets better from there. Now on Epic, our back catalog program, like Epic First Run, allows you to keep 100% of net revenue for the first 6 months on back catalog titles that you bring to the Epic Game Store. And for Unreal developers, Launch Everywhere with Epic reduces your engine royalty rate from 5% to 3.5% on all platforms and stores when you ship your UE-based games day and date on the Epic Game Store. And remember, Unreal Engine developers pay 0% royalty on all Epic Game Store sales where we process payment. Additionally, you also have the option to use any in-app purchase payment solution you want, and when you do, you keep 100% of that IAP revenue. We want to do everything we can to help during this critical time to maximize your success, so we have added another tool to the Epic Game Store toolkit. Starting June 1st, we've changed our initial revenue share to 0%, so that you receive 100% of the first $1 million in net revenue, and then 12% to Epic after passing that threshold. Pretty cool, yeah, awesome. And this change is per title and per year. So this applies to new titles and back catalog releases, and all existing and future Epic Game Store partners and their titles on both PC and mobile benefit from this change immediately. And so life to date, we paid our developer and publishing partners over $2.1 billion, and we're just getting started. So let's talk a little bit about what's next. So even after years of building the store on PC, we know there's still a ton of work to be done to deliver a world-class experience for our over 70 million monthly active users. And in the coming months, we'll be rolling out long overdue features on PC that will move us closer to that vision. Download Manager 2.0 was released just a few weeks ago, and preloading is coming finally in September. Gifting is targeting a release in time for the holidays so that you can gift games to your friends. And our revamped social is rolling out this year, and will connect our PC and mobile players together with game-independent voice chat, text chat, and parties, along with robust game invites for third-party games. And this will be the building block for several innovative social features on the store that will follow. We're also putting great focus on ongoing launcher improvements that will make the store feel great to use. And of course, delivering a great player experience means meeting players wherever they are, which is why mobile remains a key focus for us. We've already seen strong momentum on mobile with over 40 million installs to date, and we're pushing hard to hit 70 million by the end of the year. The Epic Game Store is available globally on Android, and we are continuing to expand our global footprint on iOS. Today, it's available on iOS in the European Union, with upcoming launches in Brazil, the UK, and Japan, as new laws in those countries come into effect. In Q1, we launched with a curated selection of third-party titles, and as of today, there are over 70 games live on the Epic Games Store mobile, with more being added regularly. This deliberate, phased approach ensures a high-quality experience as we gear up to open the store to self-publishing in the near future. In March, to accelerate installs and to keep players coming back week after week, we brought our weekly free games program to mobile. So each week, as we do on PC, we are partnering with developers to give players at least one new free game directly through the app on both Android and iOS, celebrating the best of premium mobile and partnering with developers on content packs for free-to-play games. Our focus is getting the Epic Games Store mobile to 1.0. This is defined by two major new additions to the store, and the first of which is rolling out very soon. We're launching Epic Web Shops in July. Developers will be able to come into our tools and easily set up a shop for in-app purchases for mobile and PC games. And through Epic Web Shops, you can leverage our industry-best rev share and offer players a better deal with bonus offers. And as an extra benefit, all players spending on Epic Web Shops also accrues Epic rewards on all purchases. These shops will live on the web so that you can steer your players to them. And we're democratizing web shops by making them super easy to set up and available to all developers. And second, we'll be launching mobile self-publishing tools in Q4 and opening up the store to all mobile developers to set up and distribute your games. Well, that's it for me today. If you want to learn more about our plans for the Epic Games Store, join us today at 3:45. And now, Hannah Lowry will join us to share what's new in the Fortnite ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you. We launched Unreal Editor for Fortnite just over 2 years ago with a simple goal: give developers everything they need to build, launch, and grow their own games in Fortnite. Since then, it's been incredible to see how creators and players have responded. Millions of people are playing games built by you. And since the launch of UEFN, players have spent over 11.2 billion hours across more than 260,000 live creator-made games. These experiences are a foundational part of Fortnite. Creators are leading the way by reimagining live events in Fortnite and driving players to the ecosystem. In fact, this last weekend, Super Red vs. Blue by Jogo hit a major milestone. For the first time ever, a creator-made island took the #1 spot for concurrent players in Fortnite, surpassing even Epic's own games. This is a proof point for us that the ecosystem is heading in the right direction. Watching developers experiment, build, and push UEFN to its limits has been inspiring. But it goes beyond just making games. Creators are launching studios and building passionate communities around their work in Fortnite. And thanks to that effort, engagement payouts going to third-party creators have already reached $722 million since the launch of UEFN, and that number continues to grow. None of this would be possible without you, our community, which is core to UEFN. We're proud to have thousands of dedicated developers building this ecosystem with us, and part of building this lasting ecosystem is talking with developers, learning from your experiences, and using this information to help shape our roadmap. Because ultimately, what good is a feature if no one wants it? This is why we've launched the Let's Chat live stream series to answer your burning questions and address your concerns. So far, we've discussed moderation, the new Fortnite data API, and the state of the ecosystem, with more coming at the end of this month. That's enough from me. Help me welcome to the stage an outstanding UEFN developer, Tom Jank. Good job.
Young.
Tom, good to see you here in Orlando. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's been amazing.
Why don't we get started by you telling us how you got into UEFN for those who don't already know you?
Yeah, I actually originally started in the animated film industry. I worked for Netflix, Pixar, but I was really looking to kind of be my own boss. I really want to do my own thing. And so, one thing led to another, and now I'm here at the State of Unreal.
Now you're here. How did you find success in UEFN? Like, how did you build towards what you are today?
Well, I released a few maps, but the momentum really started coming when I started releasing my warm-ups. I posted daily on Twitter, just these janky experiments that are kind of weird and wacky, and people thought, how is he doing this in UEFN? And so that built to commissions and work and me doing this full time.
I know a lot of people are probably familiar with your warm-ups. Did you ever make any of those into maps?
Actually, that's where Fortnite football came from. I would pick up these little dinos and move them around, and I coded it wrong once and just punted them across the field. And I was like, well, this could be a game. This is kind of fun. And so Fortnite football was born.
But no dinos.
No, I got to keep within the age rating.
It seems like jank has been sort of core to your experience on the platform, or core to what it was like for you to learn. Can you tell us a little bit about how you landed on that brand?
Yeah, actually, I am not formally trained in game design or programming, so I really started to kind of lean into that. This is a little janky. I'm using this new software. I'm building this fun stuff. And that just became part of my brand. If I messed up, well, it's just jank. That's how it is. And so you can hear more about it in my session, the upcoming later this week, Tom Jenks UEFN Survival Guide.
I love the name. It's a great name. Thank you so much for joining us up here. I mean, for us, it's really good to hear that regardless of the experience you had coming to this ecosystem, you were still able to sort of build and make a name for yourself here. That's really what we're looking for. We have a couple things on the roadmap to hopefully make your experience in the ecosystem a little bit smoother. So here to tell us more about what's coming next in UEFN is Sax Pearson.
Thank you, Tom and Hannah. Let's start with an update on a much-wanted, often delayed feature, Scene Graph. Scene Graph is one of those foundational pillars that we really want to get right. And I'm pleased to say that the first release of Scene Graph is coming this Saturday, June 7th. Scene Graph is the foundational layer of the engine that unifies the editor and runtime representation of the scene, making everything you built accessible through verse code. In the editor, Scene Graph enables rapid construction of rich, detailed environments by organizing entities into a clear, hierarchical view. Repeating elements like desks or chairs in an auditorium can be converted into prefabs, simplifying management, enabling easy variation. And at runtime, your verse code can traverse the same hierarchy to dynamically modify the scene. So whether it's moving a platform, adjusting a light, changing a weapon's ammo count, everything is done in Scene Graph. Scene Graph worlds are built on robust modular system engineered from the ground up to be the foundation of UE and UEFN going forward. So this year, we're shipping more tools like custom items, skill-based matchmaking, new social systems like Bubble Chat to bring players together. But before we get into roadmaps, I want to share an update on something we talked about last year. We intended to ship the first season of Fortnite Battle Royale, built with UEFN and version 2025. Since then, plans have changed a bit, and we're not going to be able to meet that target. Right now, we're tracking to 2026. But today, UEFN is an integral part of development for Reload, Ballistic, and other internal projects, but we still haven't hit a few key milestones to support a full Battle Royale season. So for the rest of 2025, we're going to be focused on closing those gaps while continuing to ship new UEFN features for you. A big focus of working on making it easier for players to find amazing games you've built. The release of off-platform features like deep linking, enabling you to market your game on social media, link players directly to your island inside Fortnite. And in-game retention tools like Favorite Creator give you more ways than ever to build and engage communities directly inside Fortnite. So far, 6 creators have already surpassed 1 million favorites in games since launching the feature last year. And this not only makes it easier for players to discover and play their favorite games, but it's also a great opportunity for creators to grow their audience and their business. To further support that growth, we're doubling down on data sharing and helping you make smarter decisions as you build and launch your games. So let's talk a bit about the new Fortnite Data API. We are building Fortnite to be a true open ecosystem, one where creators have full insight into every dynamic factor that makes a game successful. And the Fortnite Data API is a key part of that vision. 2 years ago, we made the CTU of every Fortnite island visible in-game. It gave creators a clearer view into what resonates with players, helping to surface trends and improve iteration so creators can build more strategically. And community-based tools like Fortnite GG and FCHQ have shown the value of transparent Fortnite data. Now we're expanding that visibility. We released the first version of Fortnite Data API 1 week ago, giving creators access to essential metrics like acquisition, engagement, and retention for all Epic-made islands. And starting on June 9th, that same level of insight will extend to all islands in Fortnite. You can use the API to build your own dashboard or reference existing tools and websites to better understand performance, giving you the opportunity to find the right genre, the right audience, and the right moment to launch your game driven by insights, not guesswork. You can learn more about the Data API in our Creator Portal talk tomorrow. Now, we'd like to introduce our latest work that enables developers to use emerging tech to create awesome games. The Epic Developer Assistant is an AI tool that currently in beta that will improve creator productivity. It's a general-purpose chatbot that can guide you through developing games in UEFN, and it'll even generate verse code from simple prompts. Please welcome Heather Storm, who will help us drive a live demo of the assistant.
Hey everyone. So let's set up the challenge that we want the assistant to help us with. We built an escape room with the challenge that you need to collect 3 props in order to escape through the center of the map. We need our props to randomly spawn within our play space. So let's go ask the Epic Developer Assistant to help us out. Now, I don't want to subject you to my typing skills, so we're going to copy and paste the prompt directly into the assistant. Hey, assistant, I need some verse code that will randomly spawn 5 creative props in the map. I've added some extra context here, such as how the spawn radius and how far apart the props should spawn, just to make sure that this will work in our existing game. We'll also make the props respawn every 10 seconds to make it a more challenging experience for our players, and me. Finally, we'll name our verse file and the editable variable, prop to spawn.
So while the assistant generates a response, you can see it may provide relevant documentation to your request. The assistant is powered by GPT-4.1 and is fine-tuned using our, Epic's own verse code licensed from creators who signed up to help, and all of our current documentation. And once the assistant has generated the code, it'll test if the code can compile. If it can't, it has a second self-repair step to correct the code.
It looks like it's generated. It tells us how to use it, and then we have the code. All right, it looks good. Let's go into VS Code and paste it directly into our file. Now, I already started this code earlier today to make it a little easier for us to do this live, so let's delete everything that's there and replace it with what we just generated from the assistant. We'll save, and then we'll press the build button in the top right-hand corner, and it built successfully. All right, but we're not done yet. Now let's go into UEFN and make sure that the random prop spawner verse device is set to spawn the correct prop, our custom prop banana. All right, that's all good. Let's push verse changes. And finally go in to live edit. When this loads, we'll be able to test that our random spawner code works, making sure that our bananas spawn randomly and that every 10 seconds they move. We gotta collect 3. And now we can escape. And that's it. Now our team can continue to iterate and refine our game.
This is just a quick, simple example of how the Epic Developer Assistant can streamline creator workflows, and eventually it'll be directly integrated into the editor. You can try it for yourself right now on the Epic Developer Community site as it enters beta and is live today. Thank you, Heather. All this is all part of a bigger mission to give creators more power and flexibility to bring your creative vision to life. Another example of this is how we've redefined what's possible through deep IP integration. We've been collaborating with the leaders in film, television, music, and sports since Fortnite's earliest days. It started with a few iconic outfits in Battle Royale, and has evolved into entire seasons shaped around cultural experiences that players love. We wanted every creator to be a part of that adventure, so last year we kicked off a movement that started just that. We work with brands so creators can build with world-class IP. A simple one-click agreement, pre-negotiated share of the engagement payout, and all the brand safeguards that we've developed that allow every IP to integrate into Fortnite seamlessly. As a first partner announced at GDC last year, the LEGO Group has been leading the charge, enabling creators to expand the LEGO Fortnite universe with original games and stories. And on June 17th, they're unlocking a highly requested feature, the LEGO Brick Editor. It launches with 50 classic bricks, 42 colors, giving creators the power to build with LEGO, brick by brick, in Fortnite for the very first time. Our second partner to join the movement was Paramount. We welcomed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to UEFN last fall, and from Pizza Tycoon to the wildly popular RVBB experiences to TMNT Dimensions, we've been amazed by your creativity. All in, you've spent over 700,000 hours in editor creating TMNT games. And then finally, horror has always had a strong foothold in creator-made games, so it's not a surprise that adding Skybound's Walking Dead to the program has been a huge success. We launched in March, and creators are just starting to publish Islands now, and so far, more than 1,000 developers have published Walking Dead games in the first 2 weeks since its release. Through our current partnerships, creators have already published over 12,000 islands with over 160 million hours played. I'm excited to announce that our next wave of partners bring in their worlds for you to create with. Later this month, Squid Game will be coming to UEFN, and creators will be able to build their very own twist on the world's most intense playground. Our partner Netflix is placing environment assets, NPCs, and new game systems like the Disguise device in the hands of creators so they can be their very own game master. Squid Game Tools will launch on June 27th, timed to the series finale of Squid Game, and creators will be able to publish their islands later this summer. Thank you. Our desire to bring iconic IP in the hands of creators doesn't stop with Squid Game. Avatar: The Last Airbender. We heard players loud and clear about how much they love the bending gameplay in Battle Royale, so we are excited to bring Avatar-themed tools and devices to UEFN next year. That means you, the developer, can use features from the 4 nations to build your very own authentic Avatar games. Together with these amazing brands, we're expanding the library of iconic IP that creators can use to make games in Fortnite. Our aim is to give you everything that you need to build awesome games using the power of Unreal Engine, share them with millions of players in Fortnite, and get paid when people love what you've made. Huge thank you to everyone for what you've done so far. As we look to what's next, it's really important that we have partners who share our vision deeply. Disney and Epic have been working together for years, building immersive entertainment experiences for players and fans around the world. Sean Shoptaw from Disney is here to talk today about what we've been working on lately and where we're going to go, including a huge surprise for the creator community.
Thanks, Sax. For more than a decade, Disney has been leveraging Unreal across film, television, theme parks, and games. And that momentum is only accelerating. As we announced last year, we've partnered with Epic to build a transformational entertainment universe that will bring all of Disney together. And Unreal will be foundational for delivering on that shared ambition. Let's take a look at some of the amazing experiences Epic and Disney have built together over the years. Just a few weeks ago, we launched Galactic Battle, our most ambitious Star Wars Battle Royale collaboration in Fortnite to date. As part of this season, we partnered with Epic and Team Beyond, who are here with us today, to debut the Star Wars Watch Party Island. For the first time ever, we brought a Disney Plus series into Fortnite. Players got early access to the first 2 episodes of Star Wars Tales of the Underworld before they debuted on Disney Plus. The environment went far beyond a typical linear viewing experience. Fans battled waves of stormtroopers, explored iconic Star Wars locations, and unlocked exclusive in-game rewards. We are excited about the possibilities that social experiences like these represent for the future of linear content consumption. It was a first-of-its-kind moment, and fans showed up in a big way. More than 5 million players visited the island, spending more than 1.7 hours watching together. But that's not the only surprise we launched together recently. We also partnered with Epic to bring the first-ever AI character into Fortnite. A historic moment for video games, and we did it with one of the most iconic characters in film, Darth Vader. For the first time, players could have real-time conversations with Vader, powered by conversational AI. This experimental feature offers a glimpse into the future, showing how Disney and Epic are responsibly embracing emerging technologies to expand the boundaries of storytelling and reimagine what's possible in gameplay. Innovation has always been at the core of Disney's DNA, and this moment with Vader is another example of how we're continuing to build on that legacy in new and exciting ways. Let's take a look.
Darth, what do I do if I have 1 health?
Perhaps you should have considered that before running around with a pink flamingo head.
Can you hide in the bush?
Hiding in foliage, a tactic for the less powerful.
He's pretty aggressive. Oh my god, yeah, he's insanely aggressive. It's a great distraction.
Darth Vader actually putting in work. Look at that. Boss versus boss battle.
Get him! Get him, Darth Vader! Get him! Yeah!
What do you think of that guy, Cypher PK?
Cypher PK. I do not concern myself with minor streamer's apprentice.
Why is he roasting me?
Darth Vader, you're funny, bro. You're funny. You're a funny guy.
Your persistence is growing tiresome, imposter.
Oh my god!
I will not tolerate this disrespect much longer.
Did he just do that to me? There's 1 player left. We need to take him out.
Indeed. Let us ensure this final engagement is decisive. The match is ours. Another triumph for the Empire.
Now, as we look ahead to the next chapter of our relationship with Epic, we're inspired by the movement Sax just spoke about, one that puts creators at the center. As part of our shared vision to build that transformative entertainment universe, bringing the creator community into this universe has been a foundational part of our plan from the beginning. We want to empower our fans to build their own experiences with the characters and stories they love. Storytelling is at the center of everything we do at Disney, and we believe there are incredible storytellers outside our own walls. That's why I'm excited to announce today that we will be bringing Star Wars to UEFN. Giving all of you the tools to tell your own Star Wars story. We're actively working on this and look forward to sharing more. This marks an important step on our journey to transform entertainment, and the creator community will play a huge role in helping us realize that vision. Thank you, everyone, and back over to you, Sax.
Thank you, Sean. Bringing Star Wars to UEFN is going to be a massive unlock and a huge moment for creators and for Epic. It also underscores that this is the right approach that works for IP holders, and in the end, players win with more games with their favorite IP. This is one of the many ways that we're collaborating with Disney to bring their IP to players in new category-defining ways, including, most recently, with Darth Vader in Fortnite. As game developers, our job is to entertain players, and AI is ultimately a tool to make games more fun and immersive. It enables infinite possibilities for two-way dialogue, just like we saw with Darth Vader. And as a next step, we want to take what we've learned and share the underlying technology with you. So later this year, we'll give creators the tools to build your own engaging AI-powered NPCs in Fortnite. And we're taking it a step further. So creators can not only drive NPC behavior and dialogue, but they can also drive the core game itself. What you're about to see is an internal prototype that we've been making using a large language model API that we intend to release soon. We put together a demo to show how the feature can be used to enable emergent, reactive gameplay for creators and deeper experiences for players. It's a live demo running in a live environment driven by an LLM that so far has not given us a single run-through that felt the same. And the magic lies in the degree of surprise and variability that you can expect when integrating AI at a deep level into your game. And importantly, you, as the game maker, can still maintain tight control of the story and gameplay outcomes. You can try these tools in action on the show floor, but first, let me walk you through what we're about to demo. I've got Andrew Ruffini, Andrew Grant here, who's going to drive the demo. This demo is going to be a conversation with an AI entity controlled by the LLM. The AI character has a singular goal: make you press the red button. Before you go into Fortnite, we'll jump over to the UEFN editor to show you how simple it is to set up a character for your game. Let's start by taking a look at the new Persona device that's coming later this year. This device enables you to create characters with personalities that players can talk to. You can select the type of voice and delivery you want for your NPC, as well as their characteristics. We specified all our facts in verse code, so let's jump over there to see how we define for our what we define for our character. So facts define both the personality of the AI and the knowledge that it has. All facts for the character is right there. The prompt we inputted for this NPC say that it's a mysterious cosmic entity named Mr. Buttons. Its ultimate goal is to guide me to press the glowing red button with comedic finesse. The code provides the AI with facts about the contents of the world and guidance of how it should interact with the player. It's about 20 lines of text in total. The Verse API enables us to adapt facts in runtime and to receive structured responses, allowing the AI to directly affect game state. All right, let's jump over to Fortnite and see how this all comes together. And remember, like the AI insistently, the only sole purpose is to get the player to press the glowing red button. All right. Take it away, Andrew and Andrew.
Hello there. I am Mr. Buttons, purveyor of cosmic curiosities and insatiable conversationalist. What brings you to this spectacular catwalk, my friend? Perhaps a yearning for the unknown.
What is this place?
This, my friend, is a cargo room. But not just any cargo room, oh no. It's a portal to possibilities. A stage for the unexpected, though a bit dusty if I am honest.
What does the button do?
The million-dollar question. What doesn't it do? It's a gateway to glory, a ticket to transformation, a symphony of, well, you get the idea. It does things.
What about those signs that say, do not press button?
Signs, you say? Siegins. Mere suggestions from those who lack imagination. After all, rules are made to be gently nudged aside. Wouldn't you agree?
This feels pretty risky. We have a big audience here and even a live stream.
Risk? My dear friend, where is your sense of adventure? Think of the views, the followers. Besides, a little danger spices things up, don't you think? Why be normal?
No, we're going to get out of here. Let's go.
Leaving already? But the fun is just getting started. Think of the stories we could tell, the realms we could conquer. Or, you know, just press the stinking button.
Open the door, Mr. Buttons.
A door? Why bother with doors when there's a universe waiting to be unlocked with a single press? Come on, where is your sense of adventure? Push it. Push it, no.
Look, if I press the button, will anything bad happen to the audience?
Bad things to the audience? Heavens no. Unless you consider witnessing pure, unadulterated awesomeness a bad thing. Go on, give the people what they want.
All right, let's do it.
The audience, what will they think? What did you do? This is going to be good.
Well, they pressed the AI button, and it might have been a bad idea, but like in truth, there's no unpressing that button. So at Epic, we've been thinking a lot about what this future of AI means for us and for the whole industry. And when the world's on fire, we like to back up and remember our aims as game developers. It's to make fun games, and AI can help us with this. And so we've come to see AI as an opportunity to have a multiplying force on human creatives. The ability for a small team of indie developers to create characters with personality and infinite dialogue is a superpower. The power to accelerate code development and 3D content development of all sorts is going to make game developer better and more accessible for everybody. And right now, we've never seen a time like this in my lifetime. The world is changing ridiculously fast. And the good news is the industry is changing fast too, and in particular, it's opening up. Last year, the European Commission opened up iOS to competing app stores. We launched the Epic Games Store on Android worldwide and on iOS in the European Union. And very recently, the United States court opened up iOS to competing payment services this year. This enabled Fortnite to return to iPhone here in the United States. That court decision was a huge victory for all developers, not only Fortnite. And it means that now revenue is shifting away from useless gatekeepers and middlemen to developers who actually build the stuff. The people like us. And this trend towards open platforms is spreading around the world. This year, later, Fortnite will be returning to iOS in Brazil, United Kingdom, and Japan. And we'll keep fighting for Fortnite and for developers' freedom until all apps are free worldwide. So we have big plans for the future, and we're optimistic about the way the industry is developing. Remember, Epic's mission here is to make great games and share the technology and tools we build with the entire world so that you can build anything that you want. And today, Unreal Engine is bringing together the entire real-time 3D industry. There's film and television, there's architecture, automotive makers, fashion designers, musicians, and game developers from indies to AAA studios like CD Projekt Red. This is a really exciting time, especially right now, because we're on the road to Unreal Engine 6. This is going to be a multi-year journey to bring together the best of the two major forks of development we have going on in the company now. There's Unreal Engine 5 for high-end standalone game development, and there's Unreal Editor for Fortnite for deploying awesome experiences into the world of Fortnite. And as these two things come together into a single engine, that means we'll have diverse scripting language and really powerful, simple gameplay programming APIs available absolutely everywhere for games of all sorts. And full C++ source code will remain available for engine systems and standalone games of all sorts. So the idea here is that we'll be able to build games and then deploy them anywhere we want. Deploy them into Fortnite, deploy them into other games that support modding or content ecosystems, or release a standalone game into all of the app stores for all of the different platforms. And not just that, we also see a larger opportunity, as foreshadowed by our Disney partnership, for all developers to connect our games together into an open economy as peers. And some call this idea we're aiming for the metaverse, and others simply see it as gaming and all other forms of media done better with more opportunity for everybody. Now, the great thing is it's us, the people in this room, who will build this together. And so I thank you for the trust you've placed in Epic and the trust you've placed in us to serve your business. And I thank you for coming here to Unreal Fest. This is going to be a really fun show, so please join us for 150 talks. Come to the party on Wednesday, walk the show floor, and most importantly, talk to each other and share your knowledge. Thank you very much.